But the biggest scandal of all is the Levelling Up Fund. You've already heard that the Erdington High Street has been rejected for that Levelling Up Fund. The Levelling Up Fund that our government is providing to local authorities, we don't really get much decision power over that. And do you know what this Labour Council has prioritised with the Levelling Up Fund? You know where I'm going, don't you, Ian? They're demolishing 47 years of motorsport greatness and history in this city by bulldozing Birmingham Wheels and building warehouses on it instead. That money would be much better served at the local high streets.
I call upon Councillor Simon Morrall to second the amendment.
Thank you, Lord Mayor. Councillor Simon Morrall from Franklin Great Park, part of the Northfield constituency in South Birmingham. I have a connection, born and bred in Northfield, I have a connection to every single ward in the constituency, in particular the Northfield High Street. I got my ear pierced there, it was the 90s, had a birthday party at the McDonald's, and the local W.H. Smith in the Grosvenor used to be my daycare centre, as Mum would drop me there while she went shopping, while I read all the fun facts books at the back. My best memory of Northfield High Street was when I negotiated with my dad, that's the far side of the family, to give me, because he was always missing pocket money, and it was £3 a week, and I says, look, Dad, if you just give me all my pocket money for the next 2 years, I'll be able to afford a Nintendo GameCube. And I remember getting the bus into Northfield, going into Dixon's, getting my Nintendo GameCube when it was launched, going back to that block of flats, and going back home and opening up that box. Very, very fond memories indeed. However, Northfield, tragically, has been neglected. We now see empty shops. W.H. Smith, it's not there anymore. I'm not even sure if McDonald's do birthday parties anymore. In fact, I know the KFC's left. This is due to 27 years of neglect under a Labour Member of Parliament who, frankly, cared more about Palestine than he did about Northfield. In fact, the most interest Labour showed to Northfield was during the general election when they put propaganda signs all around the old shops about child poverty. Disgraceful. And thankfully, you didn't win. Gary Sambrook, since he has been elected, has been lobbying for change in the Northfield constituency. And we're already seeing this with investments in the Westworks at Longbridge, again, neglected under Labour. When I started my business as a web developer when I was 27, I went down to Sturchley, which was like a revolving door for new businesses. And Sturchley, I think, is leading an example, actually, of what we can do with our high streets. But the biggest objection I used to get as a web developer there was that why do I need a website to attract customers from further afield when people can't park their cars? And that's another problem with Labour, this Labour Council, is they want to pedestrianise the Northfield High Street. But the biggest scandal of all is the Levelling Up Fund. You've already heard that the Erdington High Street has been rejected for that Levelling Up Fund. The Levelling Up Fund that our government is providing to local authorities, we don't really get much decision power over that. And do you know what this Labour Council has prioritised with the Levelling Up Fund? You know where I'm going, don't you, Ian? They're demolishing 47 years of motorsport greatness and history in this city by bulldozing Birmingham Wheels and building warehouses on it instead. That money would be much better served at the local high streets. To show solidarity, I was down at Birmingham Wheels on Sunday for their last ever event, and I spoke to some of the people there who have a lot of anger about what is happening. And Councillor Ward, when I last saw you, we mentioned about civic pride and the Commonwealth Games, and it was one area where I think, as a fellow Brummie, I absolutely agree with you. These Commonwealth Games is going to create civic pride for this city. But I don't know how you can sit there with a straight face and talk about civic pride when you're not even prepared to go and speak to the people at Birmingham Wheels and listen to the fantastic proposals that they have got, which would not just provide warehousing, but also consolidate the motorsports and urban sports facilities
you only got 30 seconds.
To create a world-renowned site in the heart of the Midlands, which wouldn't just benefit the city, but would actually be a great advert to all the people coming to our city next year during the Commonwealth Games. So I would strongly urge you to reconsider that position, get down to Birmingham Wheels, go and have a chat with them, and let's try and find a proper solution rather than using a level up fund to level them down. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.